Flying to a spring break destination is one of the most expensive parts of such a trip. So an email that came into our newsroom really caught our attention. The Motley Fool Ascent, which focuses on personal finances, said not only have plane tickets gotten cheaper, but the trend should continue and, quote, travelers can feel optimistic about more affordable flights on the horizon. In part, that is because a proposed merger between two airlines actually fell apart. Joining me live now is Jack Caporal. He is research lead at the Motley Fool Ascent. Thanks for coming on, sir. It's great to see you. Let me start here. This really just kind of caught us surprise. It seems like with inflation, everything got more expensive. But you're saying, and there's research to back this up, right, that plane tickets are actually getting cheaper. Where are we?
That's right. With the airline industry in particular, airfare is at its lowest price since 2009. And it's due to a number of factors that are driving air travel down. First, airlines are adding capacity. They're returning to normal staffing level. Maintenance is coming back online and is being a little bit more predictable. And fuel prices are down. And in addition, we're also seeing new routes being added and more competition within the budget airline space.
I know as you follow this closely, there are better times to travel if you're trying to save some money. There are actually better times to book your travel to save some money. It seems like sometimes we're told, you know, you want to book trips months out. Other times we're told wait until you're a little bit closer. What is your best advice to people? Because this is, again, one of the more expensive parts of any trip. How can people save money?
I always say let the deal come to you. And there are a couple of ways to do that. You want to make sure you've set up your notifications and alerts for any trips that you know you're going to be taking. So track those ticket prices. For domestic travel, the rule of thumb is to make sure you've booked 1 to 2 months in advance. And for international travel, that's 3 to 4 months in advance. And the other tip for travelers is make sure you're buying plane tickets with the right credit card. So in addition to netting airline miles, which you can eventually turn into a free ticket, some cards offer a free check bag or a discount on TSA PreCheck, which can save you a bunch of time and stress at the airport as well.
I mentioned among the factors helping to at least keep airline prices in check is this merger that was proposed between Frontier and Spirit. Our viewers are familiar with both of them. Frontier flies out of Buffalo, Spirit's been out of Niagara Falls. That deal apparently isn't happening. We talk about how important competition is within not just the airline industry, but all industries. How is that factoring into the price we're paying to go on these trips?
If you look at the airline industry over the past 10 or 20 years, you've seen consolidation among carriers at the same time as the average price of airfare has increased. And the signal that this merger falling through hopefully sends, and analysts think will send, is that there's more room for budget airlines to continue to compete and push prices down. We're also seeing some European budget airlines try and make an entry into the U.S. market, which is also helping push domestic airfare down. But in the long run, we'll have to see what happens in terms of Spirit Airlines' financial situation, how much capacity they end up adding, if there's another buyer out there, and so on. But in the short term, it looks like competition among budget airlines in the U.S. is alive and well.
Jack, we know that every industry was impacted by the pandemic, the airline industry especially so, considering the majority of us weren't traveling at all for an extended period of time. Is this evidence with where things are right now that that industry has pretty much come back?
I think it's safe to say that things are normalizing in the airline industry. The revenge travel trend, so people who were just pent up during the pandemic, there's all that pent up demand for air travel. That has come to pass now that the year has begun. We're starting to get some data. Staffing is returning to normal, and maintenance is taking a little bit longer to return to normal, but is getting there. So you're seeing costs there start to normalize. And you're also seeing routes that were canceled start to come during the pandemic, start to come back online. It takes, roughly 6 months to actually get an airline route approved. And with more routes comes more capacity, more predictability within the industry, and that all creates a little bit more stability and downward pressure on ticket prices.
The final thing I wanted to ask you about, we reported a few weeks ago about the airlines now starting to increase their baggage fees. It was just, what, a day or two ago that Delta joined that list, raising baggage fees. I know it drives some people crazy, but it is your option if you want to check a bag versus the free carry-on for most of the major airlines. Is that a way the airlines, with fares not going up so much, are still able to bring in some extra money?
Definitely a complicated picture when you look at all of the costs that you could accumulate at the airport and then also afterwards. So you're right, airfare prices are down. There are other fees that can add up. Like I mentioned before, the right credit card that's focused on travel. Some of those cards can net you a free checked bag, but travelers should definitely look at the whole picture when they're planning how much they're going to have to spend to go on that trip. You mentioned inflation earlier. You know, the cost of staying in a hotel is still much higher than it was before the pandemic. So again, travelers, when they're budgeting for their vacation, should not just look at low ticket prices and say, let's go. They should make sure that they're taking into account all of the expenses that are associated with that trip.
Yeah, a lot to factor in. Great insight. Jack Caporal is research lead at the Motley Fool Ascent. Thanks so much for coming on and talking us through this. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.